guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the Net Your Shot series. This series is all about a strong range game. So we're going to be looking at how we can adapt our technique so that we can be consistent and we can be successful at both a short range and a long range. For today's session, you're going to need to grab yourself a ball, about 6 markers and a plain dice. Let's get started. So to start off with, we're just going to start off with our warm-up. So grab yourself your ball, you don't need any cones or anything. We're just going to start with our 10 warm-up shots. So they don't have to go in, we're just going to go 10 shots up. And I really want you to think about your technique while you're putting these shots in, okay? So we looked at technique on episode 1. I want us to think about having a hit width apart base, start tall, finish tall. And what's going to be really important today, especially when we're shooting from range, is that we can keep shooting with our shooting arm. So I'm right-handed and I'm going to really think about extending that arm through my shot. So I'm not going to pull it away too quickly. I'm going to think about that photo finish and I'm going to keep extending my arm through that shot. I think I've got 2 more to go. 1, last one, 2. Once you've done your 10 warm-up shots, we're going to do 10 shots on 3 seconds. So really got to think about our technique. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. And then put our shot up. So think about our technique. 1, 2, 3. Shooting on the 3rd second. I should have put some more warm-up shots in before I started videoing. 1, 2, 3. Releasing on that 3rd second. So when we're doing these 3-second shots, I want us to really think about extending through the arm. Okay, thinking about that photo finish. Technique, square to post, start tall, finish tall, making sure we're flicking with our fingers at the end. Okay, technique is going to be so important today and we will discuss that in a minute. Let's finish these warm-up shots. I think I've got 3 to go. So we're shooting on the 3rd second, thinking about our breath as well, taking that breath before we release the ball. Good, 1 more for me. Then we're going to do 10 1st-second shots, taking the ball and shooting nice and quickly. 2, 3. I like doing these, but I'm not as successful with them. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Well done. So we've done 10 regular shots, 10 3-second shots, 10 1-second shots. We should be nice and ready now to get started with our range shooting. I'd like to take a second to thank our partners for the series, Gilbert Netball. Gilbert Netball are the one-stop shop for all things netball, and I'm really excited to announce that they are giving net viewers an exclusive 15% off site-wide with the code on the screen now. From being the official ball partner at world competitions to providing at-home training equipment and netballs like I'm using here, Gilbert have got you covered. So whether you are looking for a new netball post, cones and ladders, or even your next new pair of trainers, Gilbert Netball is the place to go. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Okay, so my top tip for shooting from range, because it can feel quite daunting and we can sometimes feel like if we're shooting further out, we need to change our technique to give ourselves that power because we kind of think, oh, we're so far away. But my top tip is that do not change anything. Shooting is such a closed skill that we want to make sure that our shot looks exactly the same no matter where we're shooting from in the circle. Now I have 2 things that I say to my shooters. Your arms are for technique, your legs are for your power. So no matter where I'm shooting from, whether I'm here or a few steps out, my arms are going to look exactly the same. So I'm still going to think about starting tall, finishing tall, elbows square to the post, finishing tall with a flick and that photo finish. The only thing that will change when I'm shooting from further away is the bend in my knees. So when I'm close to the post, I'll just have a nice soft bend in my knees onto my toes because I don't have to put as much power in my shot. When I'm further away, I'm going to bend my knees more and be more aggressive when I explode up to give my shot that extra bit of power. So I want you to grab yourself 4 cones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to put One cone nice and close to the post, then going at an angle, we're going to put the other one 3 strides away. Try not to drop it like I just did. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to put one relatively close, comfortable position, 1, 2, 3, and then the other one's going to be 3 strides away. And what we're going to do to start off with is we're just going to kind of look at our technique and get a bit of a feel as to what changes for us when we shoot further away. So I'm going to start on my close marker, and I'm going to put up 5 shots, okay? When I'm putting up these 5 shots, I'm going to think about my technique. So I'm nice and square to the post, I'm starting tall, finishing tall, and really, because I'm nice and close, I should, don't speak too soon, Jen, be successful, 5 from 5. I'm now going to go on the same angle, so I'm the same position from the post, but on my range, okay? And as I'm putting up these shots, I'm just going to dial into my body, thinking about that intrinsic feedback that we did in one of our previous episodes. And I'm going to think, what changes on my body when I'm putting these shots in? What am I maybe doing differently because I'm further away, which is making me be more unsuccessful? Is my mind, I've got 2 more shots to go, is my mind going somewhere else? Am I thinking, oh, I'm further away, that's more pressure? Or do I feel relatively calm? Well, I can tell you that I feel relatively calm, but I'm not being successful. I've got 1 from 4 in so far. So there obviously is something going on, maybe with my technique, maybe with my positioning. Now, I think I'm pushing my arm forward because I'm thinking power, so my arm's going forward, but we know that technique comes from your arms. I want to finish with my arm higher. I just want to push my knees a little bit more. So I've kind of gathered that from my shooting that side. I'm now going to do the same here. So 5 close, 5 far. Make sure you're doing it with me. So, like I said before, should be relatively successful shooting nice and close. I know that I've got a good bend in my knees. I know that I'm finishing with my arm tall. Now, my intrinsic feedback over there on the red range marker was that I was pushing my arm forward. So now I'm just going to be a little bit conscious. Now I'll go from range from the white. I want to push my arm up when I finish my shot rather than forward. I would say that that was a more successful shot than the ones I was taking from here. So I'm going to do 5 on this marker. I've got 4 more to go. And I'm just going to really think about that shooting from range. Okay, remember I said before, arms for technique, legs are for power. So really the only thing that should be changing is the power I put through my legs, okay? Now I really considered that shot then, which is why I was successful. I took my time to breathe, thought about my technique, I made sure I finished nice and tall. Same with that one. We're gonna go one more time. Last one for me. More successful. Okay, so I want you to really think about what is changing in your body when you're going from short range to long range. Feel free to pause the video and give that another go. But I want us to really dial into our body and that intrinsic feedback we looked at in the first episode, and really think about the fact that when we're shooting from range, everything stays the same except for we need to bend our knees a little bit more. When we bend our knees, we want to make sure our heels stay in the floor so that when we spring up onto our toes, we've got even more power. We want to really try and discourage ourselves from doing this on the shot, because then we're likely to hit the front rim. And instead, we want to finish up here nice and tall with that flick. So feel free to go and give that one another go. If not, we're going to go on to the next section. Okay, so now we've got a feel for our range. We're now going to have a look at some consecutive shots. So I'm going to do 5 successful on the right, on the red, and 5 successful on the white. So we're going to go 1 from close, whoop, and then we're going to go 1 from range. We're going to really think about our hands staying the same and just putting more power into our knees. That's 1. We're going to keep going and until we can do 5 consecutive close and range shots. So this is all about adapting our technique from close to range, which obviously is what we're going to have to do in a game. So You don't want to see me keep doing that. So once you've done 5 on one side, you're going to come over to the other side. So close. And then from range. That wasn't successful, so we're going to go again. It doesn't count. Close. And then from range. That was successful, 1 down. So we're going to keep going until we've done 5 on each side. So feel free to pause the video. You don't need me yapping on because this really requires concentration. Really think about when you're at close, what does your technique feel like to be successful, and try and replicate that same feeling from range. We just need to make sure we put a little bit more oomph in our knees. So pause the video. We're going to do 5 on each side. Once you've done it, unpause, come back to the next part. Okay, so now we've hopefully got our eye in, and we're just going to do a final 10 shots in. So not 10 shots total, 10 shots in, where we alternate. So we're going to go from close to range. So that's 1, 2, 3. If we miss a shot, we're still going to keep alternating. We're not going to re-shot from the same position. So I'm still on 3. I'm going to come back to my close red one. So we're going to keep going until we've done our 10 shots. 4, 5. Oh no, 4 still. Keep going. 5. Remember doing 10 in. 10 successful. 6, 7, 8. Oh no, still 7. Oh, I'm counting my misses. That's not good. 8. 2 more to go for me. 9. Last one. 10. Awesome. So hopefully now you feel like you're feeling strong from range, and you understand how we're adapting our technique. Arms for technique and skill, legs for power. Okay, so for section number 2, now we've got our technique now, we're just going to get rid of our cones, and instead we're going to grab our dice. Now, I just add a little bit of a dice game in to mix things up. I'm going to roll it over here. But I promise I will be truthful. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll your dice, and depending on the number that your dice gives you, you're then going to take that many steps away from the post. Now, obviously this will depend on your space, and you also need to think cleverly about how big the circle actually is, because if you roll a 6 and you do 6 big strides, you're actually going to be out of your shooting range in a game. So just be smart about it. And we're going to keep going until we've got 10 shots in. So I'm going to roll my dice. So I actually got 6. So I'm actually going to do 6 strides, small strides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From this position, hopefully I'm not just out of shot. I'm going to put my shot up. And lucky, that doesn't count. So I'm going to roll my dice again. So I'm going to roll again. I've got a 3 that time. I can go any position from the post. 1, 2, 3, put my shot up. Oh no, goodness. I'm being very successful once I've got my eye in. I'm going to roll again. You can do this with me. I've got another 6. Let's go this side. I prefer this side today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get onto a flat bit of grass. Okay, so that's 1 in. I'm going to keep rolling my dice, different distance each time. A 3. 1, 2, 3. Go again. So what you might notice now, another 3, is as you're adapting your range, your technique might look slightly different because you're having to go from far to close, or different ranges. That's 2 in, 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The key to this is really thinking about your technique on every shot, making sure we're balanced, making sure we're square to the post. 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, don't get frustrated. What do we say on number 1? Episode number 1. Don't get stressed. It's just a shot. 3. So a bit biased, this dice. I'm getting the same numbers every time. Right, concentrate now. Right, that's 3 in. We're going to keep going 4 until we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to keep going until we've netted 10 shots. 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can feel I'm pushing my arm forward, which is why I'm undershooting. 2. Lift it up. Oh, too much. 1. Oh, this should be good. Okay, I've got my confidence now. I'm 4 in. Let's keep going, guys. I bet if you're so much better than me, which I'm sure you are today, I'm having one of those shooting days, 5, then have another go, why not? I'm just going to get that ball. I'm on 5 shots now. Got 5 more to get in, but we're going to be persistent. We're going to keep going. So this is all about adapting to that range, because let's face it, 4 that was, let's face it, we've got to adapt to range. 6 shots in. 2. 1, 2. We've got to adapt to range in a game. We have to know when we receive the ball, what does our technique need to feel like? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this goes in, it'd be nothing short of a miracle. Oh, we're over. I think I'm on 6. I've got 4 more to go. 6 shots in. Yeah, in a game we have to think about that shot selection, it's called. So when we catch the ball, knowing, do we want to shoot from there? Are we capable of shooting there? That was a 5 on that one. Are we capable from shooting that position, or do we want to pass out? 7, 3 to go. Sorry if this is boring, guys, but that was 2. I've set myself a task now. I'm going to finish it on camera. She says 1. 2 more shots to go. 2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, my arms are getting tired. Still 2 more shots to go. I'm not making excuses, but I just need to put my ball up really. It's a bit flat. Last one. 3. We're done. Okay, so once you've got your 10 shots in, hopefully you've understood that you need to be so consistent with your technique when you're going from range. And like I said, in a game, you need to really know your shot selection. So where are your 100% points? You're going to get ball in, feel confident of what that feels like. Where are your further shots? Maybe your 5 and 6 on the dice. Not so confident, maybe that's where we look to pass out. But today we're focusing on range and getting those shots in from range. So remembering, arms are for technique, legs are for power, making sure everything on our shot looks the same, and we finish tall, we keep shooting through that dominant arm. Okay, so to finish off, we're going to do some pressure shots with a forfeit. So I want you to grab yourself 3 cones. Let's go the same colours. Let's go for 3 white. And I just want you to put them at different distances from your post, okay? So make sure some are at range, because obviously that's what we've been focused on. So I've got 3 cones at different distances from the post. I'm now going to throw my dice. Whatever number comes up is the number of consecutive shots I need to get from that marker, okay? So we're going to do 3 attempts, so one attempt at each cone. So for example, if I roll a number 6, I might be strategic and decide to do my first 6 shots here. Once this cone has been shot at though, it's done. So if I roll a 6 again, I've got to do it from another cone. They have to be consecutive shots, okay? So for example, if I do this cone, they do not have to be consecutive shots, but we will get a forfeit for missing. So if I take my 6 shots and get 6 in, I just roll my dice again, next marker. If I do 6 shots and get 5 in, I've then got a forfeit, and your forfeit is going to be a 5-meter sprint. So I'm just going to grab my cones, my red cones. They can be for my 5-meter sprint. I'm just going to put them here so that they're in range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you can see those. So a 5-meter sprint. So if I miss 6 shots, it's going to be 6 5-meter sprints. So let's get my dice to start off with. We're going to do this 3 times in total. So 5. Okay, I'm going to start with this front marker. Not feeling very brave today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed one, so I've got at least 1 sprint. Last shot. 5. So 4 from 5. I'm going to find my red marker. Sprint as hard as I can. It's 5. Right, I'm going to roll the dice again. On to the next cone. Remember, I can choose which cone I go to. 3. I think I'm going to use the far one this time. I feel like that's a low number to have to get 3 shots in. Missed 1. Oh dear. Missed 2. I'm pushing my arm forward. I can feel it, and I will see it on the video when I edit. Missed 3. So now I've got 3 sprints. Put the ball down, start on my red cone. 1. My glass is a bit slippy today. 2. 3. Okay, I'm going to roll my dice again. Excuse me. Last roll. 3 again. Got this cone to do. 1. 2 shots to go. 2. I knew that was going to go. My feet were wide. Feet were too wide. 3. Okay, 1 sprint. Oh, did you see my foot sit then? Okay, session done. So hopefully you've enjoyed that and you're starting to feel either more confident in your range shooting, or at least understanding your range shooting and what is needed from your body. Remember, arms for technique, legs for power. Make sure you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Stick a comment below if you've got any questions, and I'll see you again for the next episode. Bye! If you love the video, please make sure you subscribe, give us a like and hit the notification bell. Head over to our website to find out more about how you can train with NET.